Hey everybody. So today I wanted to talk to you about high-end makeup versus drugstore, or department store makeup versus drugstore makeup. I have been wanting to do a video like this for a few weeks now, and I wasn't really sure how to approach it, but I'm really curious to see how you guys feel about this. The way I look at it is, if you're really passionate about makeup, cosmetics, then you're gonna just want to try everything. That's assuming that you can afford to buy whatever you want. And of course, I think we all have limits and budgets and so forth. And I noticed that when I first started my YouTube channel, I was all about looking for ways to save money on makeup, trying to get the best quality or value for the dollar. Then as time went by, I started getting more and more into, well, mostly MAC, and almost developed like an obsession with it, to the point where I was obsessed with, like, when is the next collection coming out and what colors do I need to buy next. And then as time went on, I started to realize that there are a lot of other good companies out there that make makeup besides MAC, and I started wondering why I was so obsessed with them for so long. And I've noticed that other YouTube gurus have done the same thing, that their channel sort of evolves over time, and if you don't evolve with them together, you may not like their channel as much. Because I noticed with me, what was happening was the YouTube gurus that I was watching at that time were evolving or progressing faster than I was. I was still in my MAC mode, and I felt bad that they were getting into all these other brands that I frankly was not interested in. But then over time, I started to pretty much feel the same way as them, where I wanted to experiment with other brands and try lots of different things. It wasn't so much about not liking MAC anymore as it was about just trying new things and experimenting with lots of different brands. Now, I think I've come full circle now, or at least I feel like things have evened off a bit, because I still love my drugstore makeup. And I'm still looking at it as sort of a challenge, trying to find things that I love, that are good quality, that I'm not paying a fortune for. Because, you know, your dollar goes so much further when you're buying things at the drugstore or a discount store like Target or Walmart or something like that. And I get like this vicarious thrill over being able to buy 2 lipsticks there as opposed to 1 lipstick at a department store. I don't know. It just, I've always really enjoyed getting the most for my money. And with some of the high-end brands, you know, everything is so expensive, especially not so much MAC, but companies like Chanel, Dior, YSL, those types of things, where if you don't love what you bought, it can be a huge disappointment. And not to point fingers at any specific cosmetic company, but that's exactly what I'm going to do, is I'll never forget when I bought a quad from, no, it wasn't a quad, it was, I guess you call it a quint, if it's 5 eyeshadows, from Dior. And I was expecting this to blow me out of my world, you know, blow my socks off. That was the phrase I was looking for. And it didn't. I mean, I really wanted to love it because I had spent so much money for it, but it was a disappointment. I don't think I would buy another Dior quint because there was so much fallout, number one. That drives me crazy when there's a lot of fallout with eyeshadows. And it was just so shimmery and frosty, and the colors weren't quite what I don't know, they didn't seem to translate from the palette to me as well as I thought that they were going to. And what was the other thing? Oh, the pigmentation. That there really wasn't hard. I had to really pack it on. And I wouldn't have expected that. Now, with Chanel, on the other hand, Chanel eyeshadows are not really that pigmented either, but when you put them on, they just look so beautiful, or at least I think they do. But you know, this is all very much a matter of opinion. And I couldn't help wonder, how do you guys feel about this? Do you buy strictly drugstore or strictly department store, or do you buy a mixture of the two? And why? You know, is it a cost issue? Would you buy department store makeup if you could? Would you buy that exclusively if you could afford it? Or do you like buying a mixture of the two? Or do you just buy drugstore because that's what you can afford? I feel as if there are good quality products out there at every price point. And it drives me crazy when people buy strictly high-end makeup, only the best, because they don't think that there's anything good in the drugstore price point. And there definitely is. I feel like if you are passionate about makeup and cosmetics, you want to try everything. And if you get burned on something, then just don't buy it again, you know? You have to kind of just play around with it. I find that the price is definitely a deterrent with me. There are some things that I have bought that I really liked, and I probably won't buy a lot of them because they are so expensive. But every once in a while, I'll, you know, bite the bullet and fork over the big bucks, like I did with the Chanel Rouge Noir nail polish, for example. I had wanted that nail polish for so long, and I love it so much, and I'm so glad I bought it. But, you know, paying $26 or whatever for a nail polish, that's kind of hard to swallow. But it's not the kind of thing, you know, I don't buy Chanel nail polishes every day. It's a very much a once in a while thing. I probably buy 2 or 3 a year, I would say, and that's it, because I can't, you know, they're just too darn expensive. Speaking of which, this seems like a good time to address this, is I wanted to let you guys know that in the coming year for 2013, I am not going to go crazy buying things the way I have in the past, because I have so much that it gets to the point where it becomes ridiculous. I noticed a lot of times when there's something that I want, I look at it and I think about it and I'm like, well, do I already have this same color in this same category already by somebody else, just with another name? Because I feel like a lot of times we buy the same things over and over and over again, and if we really look at our collections, we already have that. It's just it's a different brand, it's a different color name. So if something is unique and special, then I might be inclined to get it or try it out. But you're going to see me buying a lot less makeup this year. And it isn't just because my collection is out of control and I have so much already and I'm sick of buying the same thing over and over again, but I really don't want to spend so much money on makeup anymore. It's been out of control for way too long, and it's just gotten ridiculous. And I came to the same conclusion last year, and I didn't cut down, and I probably spent just as much this year as I did last year, and I really didn't want to do that. So I'm gonna try harder this year to spend a lot less on makeup and make my purchases more thought out and more special. We do have 5 days left of this year, something like that. And I do have a little bit of Christmas money that I was hanging on to, But I think I was gonna go out and just pick up a few more things, and I might still do that, but I'm not sure, because there's a new brand of cosmetics coming out in January, and I would really like to try that. So I think I'm going to maybe hang on to the little bit of Christmas money I have left and make a few purchases from that. And if you don't, of course you don't know what I'm talking about because I didn't tell you, but that is Flower Cosmetics. Drew Barrymore has come up with her own line of makeup, and it's going to be at, believe it or not, Walmart only. But it's going to be nice quality makeup in beautiful packaging. The price point is going to be probably the most expensive thing at Walmart for makeup, but she wanted to put it in a place where it was going to have easy availability for everyone, because let's face it, pretty much every town in America now has a Walmart. So she wanted people to be able to get it and not have it be something that was really hard to find. But she also wanted to do it in such a way that it was going to be something really nice, that you were going to get something great for your money. So I'm very excited to try that. So I think I'm going to save the rest of my Christmas money for Flower Cosmetics. And I kind of like Drew Barrymore anyway. She just seems like such a down-to-earth, real, nice person that I like the idea of, I don't know, helping her out with her venture here. And I'm not affiliated with her or that company in any way. But anyways, so that's what I think about this whole subject. And what do you guys think? Let me know. I really want to know how you feel about this whole department store versus drugstore. What do you buy and why do you buy it? See you next time, guys. Bye.